Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got another white paper slash gameplay review for you here. This is a new game called Mining Network. You've been seeing this on Nifty every now and then. They put a banner up for a few sales. They had a major sale actually today, which is Monday the 6th. You'll probably be watching this on the 7th, where they were selling their packs as far as their bigger miners go. What this basically is you are essentially a hacker, or they're kind of giving the hacker vibe, but you're basically an old school miner, where you are trying to get as much hardware as possible in order to go ahead and go through the process of mining as many bitcoins. They call them bit cakes, but it reminds me a lot of the old school. Bitcoin mining back, I guess, a number of years ago. Um, so you're basically jumping back to then. You can see the graphics are rather they're not as detailed, but they give it a neat vibe. They give you that vibe of a dark like hacker in a basement approach to it. This is a very much a click to earn, at least at the state that it is right now. It's a very much a let it sit there, let it click every now and then, earn. But they do add some interesting aspects to it that I kind of like. I'm still very much on the fence for this, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the details and show you the gameplay, and you can make your own decision on how you like it. Um, so let me go ahead, before I really dive into the details themselves. Let me give you the normal disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research and make sure it's the best situation before you jump into any games, any projects, or anything on the crypto and NFT market. All right, let's go ahead in here. Um, this one's actually a little bit different when you go to their website, which is miningnetwork.io. I'll go ahead and have a link in the description down below. Also, normally when you come to the general page for a project, it gives you a whole bunch of information and a whole bunch of nice graphics to try and sell you on it. This one jumps right into it. You basically get the screen. It's like a computer screen, um, that of someone that may have seen, or just any desktop that you may have. You have your icons on top, which are all actionable. You can click on any of them, and another window will pop up. And I say another window, I mean within the screen itself will pop up. In addition to that, they have the start menu down here, which is pretty cool. Then they have the different social medias. The nice thing about this one, which I didn't mention a few minutes ago, is that this is actually both free to play or free to earn, and they have the NFT version, or the paid to play. Um, so it's pretty neat that way. So you can go ahead and test, and you can start mining it right away. And what you'll do is you'll go to that link down below, the miningnetwork.io. There it'll ask you to log in with your Wax account, and then in the screen here, the icon is no longer there. It'll ask you to create an account. Click on that. It just verifies your Wax wallet. And then when you do that, you actually are given a free miner, which is what I've been playing with. It starts at level 0. You can level it all the way up to level 100. And every time you level it up, it basically gives you additional mining power. So I'll show you all that here in a second. But I wanted to make sure that you're aware that it is free to play. You can get additional NFTs on the secondary market. You can either get these, what they're calling geek packs, or you can buy them individually. And the ones that you pay for are obviously going to have much better results than the freebie that you get with the game. So keep that in mind. I've only started playing it really today just to test it out. I'm already on level 47 with my miner. I'm imagining it'll be if I keep at it a couple more days, it'll be up to level 100, but then it caps out. And that's all I can really get. So let's go ahead and dive into the light paper really fast, and then I'll show you the details of the game a little bit more. This is the light papers. Again, it looks like an old school. Obviously, the console layout, when you see here with the graphics, it's like you're typing it in the console itself. I already went through basically a Swedish teenager just wants to become rich by mining cryptocurrency. That's basically the details behind the game. The assets right now, they really only have the ASIC miners, and they have them in different rarity levels from the normal common, which I think is no, they have the freebie, they have the common through legendary, and I love the typo here, legendary. So I'm not sure if that was a typo or if that was on purpose. But they have that. Plus, as I mentioned, they have the freebie version. All of these you can level up. Freebie version has a max level of 100. You can see here. Um, and then basically, I'll show you that here in a second. Again, every time you level up, you get higher rewards or mining power. How it works is essentially you are using your ASIC miner, they're mining for shares, and then you convert those shares into what they're calling Bitcake, which is basically Bitcoin, but they're calling it Bitcake just so for copyrights, I guess. So it's BTK as a short term, and you'll see the BTK more than you'll see the name Bitcake in the game itself. They do have the normal reduction of production, basically after every certain amount of time, and they have the estimated time frames here. They are going to go ahead and start reducing the production similar to the overall Bitcoin production itself, where it'll half, and it's not necessarily to the point where it's halving, but it is reducing significantly over time. And once you get down to here, they're expecting this to go all the way out to 2024. Um, and so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully they add a whole lot more to it. That's kind of why I'm on the fence here a little bit, but I'll get more into that here in a second. This is something that's down the road. This is basically a booster. They call it hacker assistance. Basically, you get these items which are not available yet, but it'll give you temporary boosts in several different categories, from increased mining rate to reduced update times when you're going through the upgrades. That's reduced. So there's a lot there. In addition to that, they're obviously trying to get their own version of the metaverse. So they want to put together a mining experts council to help kind of identify the direction of the game in the future. There's the resource exchange, which I'll show you here in a second, and then the crypto banking. If this plays the way that I'm reading it, and I could be reading it completely wrong, it sounds like it's another plus. It's a thing that I like. Basically, if you invest in this, it's almost like staking, but it sounds like you're also getting a portion of the rewards from their secondary sales, from their commissions on the secondary market. It states here some other micro drops that they have there. I'm not sure what's all is going to go into this, the crypto market, and what you're going to have to do in order to get that. Not a lot of the details are there yet, but it sounds like it has potential there that I like. Like I said before, Castles does this with their courthouse, and there's a few other games that are doing this also, where they're giving back on their secondary market fees, or for example in Castles, it's the royal seals that they sell. They give you 50% back to those that own the courthouses. So I really like that thing. Let's go ahead and jump down. I think that was it. Yeah, the roadmap. The roadmap is not as detailed as I'd like it. A lot of it's spelled out already in the papers, which is essentially going to be the council, micro drops, basic the hacker assistance, which is the boost, and the crypto bank. I was hoping they'd provide a little more detail, so we'll see what happens. I'm assuming they're going to add additional tokens with additional miners in there. That's all, I guess, for pure speculation from my side. Let's go ahead and jump into the game itself. This is it. Like I said, you can go ahead and click on any of these icons, which is neat compared to a lot of the other interfaces that you have with games. You can actually do the drop down menu, or say the start menu, and you can click on basically anything. Down here on the bottom it has your current rate that you're producing, basically the shares. SH equals shares per second. I am getting almost a half a share per second right now, with leveled up to 47 with the freebie. I will show you how to go ahead and collect that. I have not converted any BTK yet. Let's go ahead and look at that first, which is in the top left here. This is the exchange. This basically gives you what the current mint rate is, what the next mint rate is going to be, how much time you have until it does that reduction in production. It shows you your balances, which also shows down here on the bottom right. And then you have the exchange here. Basically, I have no BTK or BitCakes, but I do have quite a bit of shares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, just for example purposes, I'm going to exchange 1,000 of my shares for only 0.0003 BTK, which it's, again, I have a free miner, so it's basically free. So I'm not complaining here. Let's go ahead and do the transaction, and we'll see it update. It's reduced my shares, added the BTK, and we'll continue from there. That's how easy it is to do the exchange between the different tokens. And I believe the BTK is one that you can trade in Alcor market. The shares you cannot. All right, let's go to the next icon is my packs, which I don't have any. Then we have my ASICs. And this one again is the free. You actually, it's really hard to see because it's small print, but it says free right here, but it shows you the rarity that you have if you buy any off the secondary market. And then you just click on them and it shows you this screen right here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and click rewards since I've had this running the whole time we're running this video, plus a little bit before that. And you'll see that it was successful. And down here, you saw that I gained about 791 shares from that time frame. What you can do is then you can upgrade, and I'm going to go. You have the choice of either doing a one upgrade at a time, which it shows the cost here, which we have 88 shares is the cost. It's going to take 1 minute and 53 seconds to go ahead and go through the process of upgrading. The nice thing that they also have is they have the multi-grade. You can go ahead and click on that. Before I do that, I wanted to show you the other things. This shows you right now the current state. As I mentioned, I'm almost at 0.5. If I just did one grade, I'd be at 0.52 shares per second. It shows my current level out of 100. It shows how many times I've collected or how many times it's basically every second that's going to go up. So that shows you how many percentages that you have basically. So if I go now, it'll probably give me about 15 shares. So let's go ahead and see if it goes up to, and wait for it. Did not update, of course. Let me go ahead and do it one more time. Maybe I didn't click all the way through. I do have to say, there it is. Yeah, it gave me updates this time. Just a reminder that on the Wax blockchain, there is that RNG issue. I'm not sure if it'll still be impacting by the time you watch this tomorrow, but it is impacting us today, Monday. You also have the unstake button. So what we're going to do is show you the multi-upgrade. Right now, I have enough to upgrade all the way to level 54. It's going to increase my production to 0.6969. And it's going to cost me 1,050 shares to do that and take 25 minutes, which we'll go ahead and do that so I can show you the next screen. Ask me to authenticate. And then it's going to show you this. It shows it's successful, and it shows you that old school downloading meter when it's going through the process. You can speed it up if you have the additional shares, which I don't. But you can go ahead and speed it up if you wanted to. But in 25 minutes from now, I'll be upgraded to level 54. I think I said it was. All right, let's go through the rest of these. You have the shop, which you can, for 25 BTK, you can go ahead and buy one of the miners. I don't have that right now. There's a mining calculator. And then these down here are more informational than anything. If you have any questions, they're also relatively generic, to be honest with you. How it all works, basically what was in the white paper about the miners, gives you a little more detail, but it's still the information, I should say, more detailed picture, but still the same information that's actually in the white paper. So you can go through those details. My personal thoughts on the game is I like, let's go through the things I like first. I like that they have both the free to play option and also the pay to play option. I like, if I'm reading the crypto bank option, I like the potential of that. And then last but not least, I like the interface. It's simple, it's simplistic, but it's unique. It's different from anything else that I've seen on the Wax blockchain. Things I don't like is it's a click to play, or I should say click to earn style game. right now, as far as the roadmap shows, there's not a huge room for growth. There's one thing that I saw earlier that I wish they didn't have in here. And there it is. Something about the project. The wording of this raises a small red flag for me because they're basically saying that the value of the token will always increase. Um, it's more theoretical. They're not necessarily guaranteeing it will. They're theorizing with their approach that it will. I would just wish they would word it a little more uh, friendly so it doesn't give people the wrong idea. Overall, it's not something I'll be really investing in, and I should say jumping into, not invest. Scratch that. It's not something that I'll be jumping into. I can see the appeal to some people, but it's go ahead and check it out. I like the concept behind it. I just don't know how they're going to expand it long term to really keep people's attention. All right, I hope you all enjoy these, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye.